What's up, YouTube? Cthulhu the Dark One back with another Transformers Prime toy review. This time we'll be taking a look at the Voyager class Bulkhead figure. And here he is in all his glory. Now, if you've seen my Wheeljack review, it's in this playlist, or if you're not in the playlist, it's here on my channel. I made note on him that I really appreciated its design and the fact that you could have his robot mode weapons completely hidden in vehicle mode and it didn't hinder the vehicle. Bulkhead here, as you can see, is not so fortunate. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I get that it's a more expensive figure, it's a bigger figure. Let's give it something to, I guess, justify the price sort of thing. So they come up with these light up hunks of crap that don't really fit anywhere in either mode. Although this is a separate piece, and it actually, even though he's, to my knowledge, I've seen every episode of Prime, I don't ever remember him using anything that remotely resembled this on his arms as a weapon. But at least this doesn't look as horrendous in robot mode as this thing. And it's just, you know, like, big props to the Japanese line of Prime toys. They are the Arms Micron, where you just get a little separate robot you build that transforms into the weapon, and like it's just his wrecking ball. And why we couldn't get that is beyond me, but needless to say, yeah, it's just and what really gets me is not only is it a big hunk of crap that sticks in either mode, but just how they sort of quasi tried to make it blend in. Like, I can only assume this is meant to be sort of taillight-ish, like it's supposed to transform out of here, or it's rubbish. I may look into taking the whole thing apart just to separate the little ball there for him to hold in his fist. But yeah, like I said, this actually doesn't. I'll put it on him in robot mode. Never seen him use it, but it's not as grotesque as that other thing. So yeah, so you have an option for Bulkhead to not be weaponless. As far as vehicle mode, he is packed in here. He does have a little bit hanging down, but it rolls fine. And from most views, you know, front looks good. I mean, it's pretty good. Could have used maybe, I know on the Japanese version, like these little parts of the window here that you can see are kind of like set in the molding. They have darker stickers that fill them in, like a darker green, to simulate a dark tinted window. But other than that, no big gripe. You get taillights, you get headlights, and you know the different shades of green throughout. So pretty good. I mean, granted, you know, maybe there is someone out there that displays all the Transformers in vehicle modes. If you are, then okay, that's your preference. I don't see not putting them in robot mode, but that's just me. To get to robot mode, it's actually pretty interesting. He's literally just kind of collapsed in on himself, and he's got a couple neat little tricks to him, and yeah, we'll go ahead and get right into it. El Fixo Camera O here. What you want to do, start out first, is take the whole rear kind of wheel bumper thing, just kind of flip those up, and that'll kind of loosen up everything. Let's see, then what you can do, there's a couple things you can do. You can go ahead and pull the arms down a little bit, just kind of get them out of the way. If you really want, you can go ahead and pull his fist out just so that's done. Let's see, then with the legs, what you can do is pull it down, like straight down, like grab his toe here, pull it straight down, and then just kind of pull the whole thing straight down. You see this big kind of black piece will end up being straight down. And at first I thought this rotated, because if you'll notice, this side, the camera will pick it up. I'm going to have to fidget here. Like this side actually has like molded detail compared to this side, which is just the hollow plastic. But it doesn't rotate. Now granted, it is pretty much covered up, but it's just kind of weird molding. But anyway, so you bring that out, and then to form his lower body, what you do is, this is normally flipped in, you flip the gray piece around, and just kind of tilt it up, and flip the hood down. It doesn't like snap into place, it just kind of hangs there. sort of thing. As far as the legs, you turn them around. And then what you'll do is you'll grab the piece, like it's two outside pieces that are hinged together, and you'll rotate them down till everything kind of evens out. And then just flip the gray piece. It's kind of a little bit easier if you grab it from the back here and just pull it down, and that makes his foot. Interesting detail on Bulkhead that I find kind of interesting. You just do the same thing. Pull it down, and then pull the gray piece down. I guess I can appreciate the attempt to make it more detailed, but show accurate his wheels are in like his ankles. So you actually have the car wheels here, but then you kind of have this fake molded wheel here. So to me, and granted, like I said, it's become my catchphrase lately. I'm not a toy designer, but it seems like if they really just wanted the wheel there. There's enough space in here once you move the gray piece out of the way to maybe like add in so you could slide it in. But either way, it is appreciated. You know, I might just take like a black Sharpie and color it in so it looks more wheel-like. It is appreciated. At least Hasbro's trying, I guess. But there's pretty much his legs. Nice little short, squatty legs. Then the top half, it gets kind of interesting. The front windows here, you just kind of pull them forward and down a little bit, and they kind of only go one way, and they rotate around, and you have a little bit of liberty with them on how you want to pose them. They mostly kind of end up like that, like angled up-ish. And once again, just pull it down, wrap it around, like so. I know the Japan version, there's like an extra joint where you can rotate these. This one does not have it, being the American. Then if you want, you can go ahead and there's a little tab on top of this clear plastic. Grab that. You can flip his head up. Snap that into place. There's his head. The arms, they do separate. I already separated them. I pretty much just... Oh, no, actually, I almost forgot. The kind of back half of the window here, this I actually kind of like, where it's engineering. You kind of just pull it forward, turn it up and around on itself, and then it folds out. Like it's normally like that when it's in car mode, and then you separate it. And this actually becomes his shoulder pad, which I think is kind of cool. Because they actually have like a little bit of give to them, like you can move them around. And it doesn't hinder his arm movement. As far as the arms themselves, you just swing them forward, kind of know where the way to go sort of thing. And just cozy the shoulder pad over it. Swing it down. Get under your shoulder pad. There you go. And then as far as the back, you just grab the back end and flip it all down. It does actually have a little snappy in there. Look, I totally just missed that. It goes right above my thumb. There's a little slot, and that's where it snaps into. And then you just kind of straighten everything out. Rotate his arms, he can get his elbows. Rotate his forearms, depending on how you want his arms posed. And there you have Voyager Bulkhead. And I really do like this guy. I think the design's pretty well. The back, you can just, it's on your preference. The only kind of places either here or there. It's, you know. But I'd say the whole back part is about the most unshow accurate part there is. But, you know, the front looks like Bulkhead. Like, that doesn't, you know, take anything away from him. He is, well, not really. He's sort of hollowish, but not really. Really good range of movement. You know, well, you know, he's kind of squat, so he might not stand all that well. Like, you know, forearm, elbow, actually kind of double jointed elbow, upper arm, head full rotation. Well, yeah, full rotation. And he actually does have a little movable jaw. Get in on it here. Wow. Like, there it is, all the way pushed up. There it is, all the way pushed down. So not much, but it is there. Like, burp, burp, derp, derp, derp. Anyway. But overall, pretty good detail. You kind of get the different splashes of the different color green, which breaks it up, so it's not just like one giant booger green robot. And then his weapons. I said I put this one on here. You can choose either arm. Like I said, never seen it in the show, but it does fit rather well on there. It's kind of like a jackhammer, sort of, almost kind of Rumble-esque jackhammer. Anyway, and then this monstrosity is supposed to, you can put it on here like that, just or have him hold it. But I mean, come on now, this whole gimmick weapon is like bigger than his chest, and it's just blah. So yeah. Yeah, I just play mine without this, but that's just preference. But overall, pretty cool little figure. Definitely no real major gripes. Like I said, the tire thing's kind of cool and weird at the same time. It may, like, I guess if I had one gripe, they could have done kind of like the Japanese did, and like added. I might go in and try to find like a dark green Sharpie and color in the windows a little bit to kind of give it that tinted look. You do have a little bit of posability there, depending on how barrel-chested you want him to look. That's a little bit better. This, I can't really figure out, other than leg movement to lean forward more. It doesn't really serve a purpose in either mode, but it does have a lot of give to it. It doesn't snap in whatsoever. It just kind of sits there. So, yeah. But overall, definitely worth it. I actually lucked out, caught him and Starscream on sale at Walmart for about $15 a pop, so it's about $5 cheaper than they normally are. So definitely worth it. Actually, I just about have the whole set of Transformers Prime now. I believe need Knockout, and that's about it. But anyway, the Transformers Prime Voyager class Bulkhead.